Good afternoon. Good afternoon. I'm Dr. Calvin Mackey of STEM NOLA. Welcome to a STEM at Home session once again. We're now approaching the end of April, and I like to say now for one solid year, we've been doing these STEM NOLA at Home programs. They shut the country down March 13th for COVID. March 12th, they shut the country down because on March 13th, 20 of our staff members were supposed to fly across the country and do 5 STEM events in 3 states in Barbados. And one of my staff members is still hurt to this day because she didn't get to go to Barbados. So we know the exact day when she found out she couldn't go to Barbados because she had put it in all of our faces, right, that she was going to Barbados and we were not. And I said, you see that? God doesn't like ugly. But anyway, as we often laugh when we start thinking about where we were. Isn't it amazing that we've made it through this year and we have a lot to be thankful for and a lot to be grateful for. I'm thankful for you and I'm grateful for you for allowing us to come into your home and allowing us to provide to you that which we think can help get you and your children, or get your children or your scholars the exposure they need for the 21st century. We started STEM NOLA 7 years ago in 2013 in my garage. And since then, we've engaged over 65,000 K-12 students, over 17,000 families, and over 1,500 college students and STEM professionals. And one thing that I'm very proud of is that we put over $1 million in the hands of college students that we hire as college interns. Matter of fact, today, you'll have one of those college interns teaching a lesson. And if he doesn't leave me alone, I'm gonna snap his neck. But that's a whole different story, right? That's a different story. But we're here today because we're going to talk about sound, and sound is all around us. And we're in New Orleans. You know, New Orleans is known for music and jazz and the history of jazz. So we just had a session recently on a STEM Saturday called the physics of sound, and the K-2 kids made guitars, and the K-3 through 12th graders made xylophones, and we taught you about the different types of waves and how sound comes from vibration. So you're going to learn some more about that today. Now, why do we do what we do? In the 21st century, our children are going to have 1 of 3 options. Either they're going to learn something, either they're going to take something, break something, and or make something. If we don't give them the skills and education to make something, like make a living, make a life, make a difference, that's only going to leave them with the 2 options that we see on the news every night, and we don't want that for any of our scholars. So we come on here every Thursday, and hopefully bring to bear to you activities that help you understand a basic phenomena around you. So when you walk outside or when you go somewhere, you'll know that STEM is everywhere you are. Some of us have, talked about STEM like it's something magical, but everything that we are, everything that we do, everything that we engage in actuality is STEM. And I hope COVID has taught us that, because once COVID hit, the whole world had to stop, had to sit down, and the whole world was waiting for STEM people, scientists, technologists, engineers, and mathematicians to save them. And they're still working day and night to hopefully get us to some place of normalcy. Now, in the 21st century, either we're training ourselves from the neck up or we're training ourselves from the neck down. And if we're training ourselves from the neck down, our competition is the automatic machine, robots. And what I have before me today is a robot by the name of Alpha, a humanoid. And this humanoid is a robot that tries to behave like a human. And this robot, Alpha, can actually do and make some physical motions just like adults. See? Alpha can do push-ups. Alpha can show off like you. And like me, Alpha takes her time getting up. And if you think you're going to go into the entertainment industry and you're going to make it big, guess what? Alpha can dance too. Alpha can twerk. And then really get busy. Give it up for Alpha. Alpha is a humanoid. Now, humanoid is a robot that tries to act like a human. This robot is created by a company by the name of UB Tech Robotics. And 2 years ago, I went to the Consumer Electronics Show in Las Vegas, where they unveiled a 5 feet 6 inch life-size humanoid called Walker. And they're estimating within about the next 10 years, we'll be able to have our personal humanoid in our homes serving us. Young people and parents, this is the future. And that's why it's very important for us to have a STEM literacy amongst all of us and some in-depth STEM learning for a lot of us. Because in the 21st century, either the robots are going to control us or we're going to control the robots. We have to train ourselves from the neck up so we can control the robots and not train ourselves from the neck down. And that is our why. Now, moving right along, you know, we say we've created this high-functioning STEM community that's child-centered, adult-governed, and elder-ruled. What we're going to do is acknowledge the people who sent in pictures from last time. And my man Javen Moore from Kernersville, North Carolina sent in a nice picture. There you go. Rosenbach Group, Emmy and Owen, thank you all for your picture. And now I'm going to bring up, like I was saying, we've developed this high-functioning STEM community. So you're the K-12 participants. We have a college intern that's teaching, but we always bring a STEM professional on so that you can understand that there's a career and a life and a possibility within this. Today, I'm happy to have Rylan Arbin, an architect with SQ Dimple Ripple, who we affectionately call EDR here in the city of New Orleans, to talk to you about sound. Rylan recently moved to New Orleans from Chicago. He holds a bachelor in architecture from the University of Southern California. Mr. Arbin, welcome.
Thank you, Dr. Mackey. Hi, scholars. Thanks for having me. As Dr. Mackey mentioned, we can actually go to the next slide. I'm an architect here in New Orleans with a firm called SQ Dumas Ripple. I actually got interested in architecture back when I was living in Chicago. There's a few really famous architects, including Frank Lloyd Wright, who designed the Roby House that's on the slide here. But that was really what sort of got me interested in architecture. And I think what's fun about architecture is it combines both sort of artistic values with a lot of science too. And so it's great that an organization like STEM NOLA, I think, is reaching out and supporting all the scholars. So if we go to the next slide. So I'm going to talk about sound today and try and put it, we'll start with kind of a general introduction to it, and then towards the end, I'll start talking about a little bit how we, as architects, think about sound. So sound is a form of energy that's transmitted by waves. So some of the other things that are energy transmitted by waves, we've also got light. But sound travels a little bit slower than light. It goes about 767 miles per hour, or 1 mile in 4.7 seconds. And I'll tell you, that's just a little bit faster than Usain Bolt, I think, running 100 meters, but it's pretty fast. We measure sound using decibels, and the way that we actually detect sound is when those waves of energy enter inside our ear. We've got tiny, 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 tiny little hair inside our ears. Don't want to gross folks out, but those hairs start to vibrate, and those activate the bones inside our ears that transmit signals to our brain. And that's what allows us to interpret things like someone speaking on a Zoom video, listening to some great jazz music, which we've got a lot of here in New Orleans. So that's kind of the background on sound. So what does sound in our environment look like? And I think some of us, if we think about the sound inside our environments, we've got sort of places that we want quiet. You can think about maybe a library, your home, your bedroom, something like a recording studio. But then there's other times that we want the sound to be what we call live sound. And that's things like a concert theater, where you really want to almost feel that music, right? You want it to be loud, you want it to be really vibrant, and that's a live sound space. And then the last one is a space where we want the opposite. We want dead sound, which allows us to hear things like a professor speaking really clearly. There's no reverberation. It's just really clear, crisp audio. And that's things like a classroom, for example. So how do we control sound? And we got something called the ABCDs. So first one, A is for absorb. And so if you're trying to reduce the reverberation or the reflection of sound inside a space, we can add things like drapes, like the curtains behind me here, soft surfaces like a carpet. You'll notice carpets versus a really hard wood or concrete floor, there's different sound qualities to that. Then also things like the ceiling tiles above you, whether that's got those, you've seen those ceilings with little tiny holes in it. Those little tiny holes help to absorb the sound. The sound kind of passes through that and is absorbed into the ceiling. That's what those holes are doing. So then we got the B, which is block. And I think anyone that's driven down the interstate, you've seen those walls on the side. What those are there for is to block the sound from the highway that's going into the neighborhoods there. So you can actually put up a wall that'll help sort of block the sound. It'll basically absorb that energy from the sound waves. Then we got the C, the cover up or control. And, I've got a picture of an elevator here. If you got elevator music playing and inside the elevator, it kind of distracts you from the sounds that are going on around you. And we actually will put, some of those really nice Beats headphones. Those have a noise canceling feature that sort of picks up the sound in the environment and produces an opposite sound that sort of cancels that out. So that's C for control. And then D for diffuse, and this is a pretty neat picture of a restaurant interior, but those panels on the ceiling that sort of in that crazy random pattern, that randomness actually helps to diffuse the sound. It sort of causes that sound energy to spread out and radiate in many different directions. And what's good about that is you don't get to, sometimes you don't really want to hear what the table next to you is having a conversation about something, not your business. So that diffusion of sound actually helps so that those conversations, there's some privacy in that space. And last thing here is we'll just talk quickly about sound transmission class. And this is a system that we as architects use to help describe how well a building component helps reduce the sound transmission. So that could be something like doors, windows, walls. Each of those different building components, we assign a STC rating to those, whether it's a STC 50 or 60, meaning it's got an excellent sound reduction property to it. So means the loud sounds aren't going to be heard very clearly, all the way down to a 20 to 25. So as the numbers go lower, the performance decreases. And so at 20 to 25, you're in very poor performance, and even someone just kind of whispering, you're going to be able to hear that conversation through a door, for example. So usually the higher the STC number, the better that component is at blocking that noise transmission. And that was all I had. So I'm gonna leave my email. If anyone has any questions, feel free to just reach out to me. And appreciate the opportunity to speak with all of you. And thank you, Dr. Mackey.
Thank you, Rylan. Thank you. And thank you to EDR for being committed to community service. Thank you for taking time out of your busy schedule today and talk to our scholars. Next up, we have a college intern, Lionel Johnson. Lionel is a rising sophomore, rising junior. He really doesn't know. Lionel attends college at my alma mater, Morehouse College, and we clown with each other a lot. So I love to see him when he's around. But Lionel is majoring in sociology with a minor in the theater arts, and that's where he gets his animation from. But he's gonna go through sound activities, a sound activity with you, and you're all gonna make your own speaker today. So it seems exciting. I'm gonna step on the side and watch Lionel do his thing. Lionel.
How you guys doing? Just like Dr. Mackey said, I'm Lionel Johnson. I reside in New Orleans, Louisiana. I work here at STEM NOLA as an intern. I go to college at Morehouse College in Atlanta, Georgia. And just like he said, my major is sociology with a minor in theater. And today I really just want to have some fun with you guys. So I really hope you tune in because it's going to be a great ride, and let's get started. Okay, so today I just want to go over the agenda for you guys before we really get started with anything. We're going to go over some vocabulary terms. We're going to do some objectives. I'm going to ask you guys some activity questions. We're going to have a speaker docking station. And after that, we'll talk about the activity question answers, anything you have to ask. We'll just have a little Q&A. Okay, so let's go over some vocabulary. Sound. Vibrations that travel through the air or another medium and can be heard when they reach a person's or animal's ear. Amplitude. The maximum extent of a vibration or oscillation measured from the position of equilibrium. Frequency. The rate at which a vibration occurs that constitutes a wave. And pitch. Highness or lowness of sound. Remember these, guys. So I see that an agenda question has popped up on your screen. Go ahead and answer that for me. I'm going to read it off to you guys. Which of these is not a musical drum? We have snare drum, eardrum, and bass drum. You guys let me know what you think. We'll see where your head's at. And hopefully by the end, we can get some of these right. Hopefully we get them right now. I'll give you guys a couple more seconds. Snare drum, eardrum, or bass drum? Eardrum, wow. Everyone got it right, 100%. I'm liking how we're going so far. So let's keep going. Let's keep the energy up, keep the pace up. We're about to have some fun. So our objectives. You will understand the meaning of the term sound, amplitude, frequency, pitch, and apply all of them to the project correctly. You will create a speaker docking station, one of the coolest things to ever touch planet Earth. So really just be ready. That's all I'm going to give out for right now. So what are we experimenting with today? We're experimenting with sound, force of motion, or technology. This is hard. So if you get this, you might be one of the smartest people on the earth. I really think. I know. What are we experimenting with? Sound, force of motion, technology? I have no idea. Come on, kids, help me out. I know I can count on you guys to lead the future. That's why we're here right now. Perfect, 100%. So I got a couple questions. What is amplitude? Which sound wave has the highest frequency, A, B, or C? And which sound wave has the lowest frequency, A, B, or C? A is the red wave line, B is the blue wave line, and C is the green wave line. Remember these questions. Remember these questions because now we get to the good stuff. The speaker docking station. I just felt chills through my body just not saying that because it's about to be crazy. So before we get started, I want to read the materials off to you guys. What you're going to need is a paper towel tube, 2 plastic cups, your cardstock, some scissors, and a smartphone. Do I have a smartphone? Voila, just like that. You're gonna need all of these things. And if the pencils don't work, we're gonna need a pencil also, guys. But if a pencil doesn't work, use a Sharpie because it's gonna show up on the cup even better. And a foam cup or a solo cup would be the best options to use. Not a plastic cup because they're harder to cut. So I'm gonna give you guys a couple seconds, couple minutes to really go gather all of these things around and really just be able to work and have all of our tools. So I'm gonna read the science behind it. The loudness of sound is its amplitude. Small differences in amplitude, short sound waves, make quiet sounds, while large differences, tall sound waves, make loud sounds. When listening to music on the phone, sound travels everywhere, making it harder to hear. when the phone is put into the speaker docking station, the sound is redirected in the same direction so that it appears louder. Using the speaker docking station, you can compare sound before and after you direct the sound. Play with different paper towel sound lengths and cup sizes for the perfect sound. So this is really a perfectly working speaker if you don't have your own already, because we about to get busy. And here we go. So guys, what I really want you to do, take your paper towel holder, take your Sharpie or your pen, and take your smartphone device. And I want you to find the speakers on your smartphone. The speakers on mine are right at the bottom. If we could switch to overhead, I'll show them. So the speakers on the bottom of my phone are right here. So what I'm gonna do is take the bottom of my phone, put it directly in the middle, and I'm gonna trace out my phone. Just the bottom, not the whole phone, guys. Just like so. Put it down just like that. Hopefully you guys can see my hands. I want to trace. It doesn't have to be perfect, guys, because you're going to end up cutting it anyway. So it's perfectly fine. As long as you have a big enough cutout to really fit your phone in, of course, right? Whoop. Perfect. Perfecto. Just like that. See, it's a little off, but that's okay because when we cut it out, it's gonna come out perfect. So what I want you to do is cut it out. Now this part, if this is too dangerous for you, I would kindly ask if you have your parents cut it out for you so you don't hurt yourself and we don't have any mess ups, guys, if we want the perfect solution. So I'm gonna cut it out right in front of you guys. I'm just gonna make my incision. There we go. Cool. It's a little tough, so be sure to keep your hands away from your body. I mean, your scissors away from your body. Just like I'm doing. You want to keep it away. Make my curve. Just like so, guys. And if it's a little tough, like I said, you guys might want to ask your parents to really help you out with this, because it takes some strength, honestly. I know you guys are strong. Speaking of strong, while we're cutting this out, if your parents are cutting it, let me know in the comments, who's your favorite superhero? I'd love to hear it. That would be perfect. I'll start. My favorite superhero has to be Batman because he's the most realistic, you know? He's so rich, so he can do whatever he wants when it comes to being a superhero. You know? So once you cut it out enough, Spider-Man, April says Spider-Man, y'all. Anybody else like Spider-Man? I feel like Spider-Man is the most friendly person on the world, but he still knows how to keep everyone safe. And that's the main objective. Yours is Spider-Man too? Wow. Wow. Maybe I need to switch to Spider-Man. Maybe y'all know something I don't. Y'all know Spider-Man? Batman never came and spoke to me. Okay, guys, I've got my cutout. What we're gonna do now is try to fit our phone into our cutout. Wonder Woman, Supergirl. Oh, okay, Natalie. Okay, I like how you coming. I like how you think right there. Okay. So I don't want to move too fast, guys. Really, all I did was I took my speaker from my phone, traced it. April said Iron Man, traced it and cut it out just so I can fit it into my phone. I can fit it into the speaker dock. Get all the stuff out of there. Messy, messy, messy. I want to just put my phone in. Boop, boop. And honestly, guys, the tighter the better because it's going to hold your phone in place. I may need to cut out a little more because I'm having a very hard time. There we go, voila. That's what you get for never giving up, guys. This should be a life lesson in itself. Never give up. So I just want to sit that on its side for right now. Really, what I want to do now is take my cups, my 2 red solo cups, these 2 right here, and I want to take the end of my speaker dock and trace it onto my cup, like so. So for right now, I can take my phone out, set it to the side, take my Sharpie right here, open it up, and I want to just trace, butterfingers. I want to just trace the ends, just like so. And again, guys, it doesn't have to be perfect. It just needs to be able to fit your ends. And once you see the gist of it, you can really just finish it yourself, like so. I want to do the same thing to my other cup. We got any more superheroes? Who's you guys' favorite musical artist? Since we're talking about sound, music and sound have a lot in common. I think they're brother and sister. What kind of music do you guys listen to? Let me know in the comments. Guys, I just want to let you guys know I love talking to you guys. This is so fun. Really just vibing. If I can just confess to you guys right now. Rap. April likes rap. Okay. Me and April got a lot in common. April might be my long lost best friend. Muppets, Peloton, rap. Okay. Javen said Peloton. Wow. Wow. Okay, guys. So look, I don't want to skip any steps for you. What I want to show you is that I cut out both of my, I didn't cut them out yet, but I drew both of my circles that are going to go on the end of my speaker dock. Natalie said the Beatles. The Beatles, I got to get on the Beatles. I haven't really heard them, you know? I got to get on them. So all I want to do now is cut out my circles, guys, in my cups. So the best way to do it is squeeze the cup a little bit, not too much because you're going to break the cup up. You want to just make an incision. Boom. Now you can see I've made my incision. You can see just like that. Now all I want to do is follow the black line. Just like in The Wizard of Oz, follow the yellow trail. If you guys have ever watched that, that might be before you guys' time. Something you guys watch is like Frozen, maybe. Anybody heard of Frozen? Frozen is amazing. And Kids Bop, Javen likes Kids Bop too. I used to love Kids Bop, but my mom would never buy me the CDs. I used to love Kids Bop. When the commercial would come on, I'd be jamming out to every song. Yeah. April said, yeah, she knows exactly what Frozen is. You guys know what Lion King is? Please say yes. Please say yes. Yep. And I just can't. All right, guys. So what we're doing right now, I hope you guys are keeping along. We're just cutting out our circles for our speaker dot. Yes, favorite movie, April? Love it, love it. Love it. Do you guys have any questions? If you have any questions about the experiment, let me know. I would love to help you guys. Oh, you love The Wizard of Oz? Wow. I'm glad to see that movie still relevant, you know? Check out the Kids Bop 80s album. Wow. I'm getting advice. I love it. Put me on. Put me on. All right, guys. So look, now that we've made our cutouts, it's time to test our cutouts. It's time to take our speaker dot and see if it fits. And so far, just like that. Now it's time to test the other one out, guys. How do you make a robot? Wow. That's a Dr. Mackey question, April. I'm going to be honest with you. If he answers, let me know, because I will be sitting right next to you in attendance. So, we're just checking to see if they fit. And would you look at that? They do. So now, we've got the hard part out the way. Okay. So look, guys. Now, what we did first was we cut out our speaker dot for our phone. This right here. We cut it out. Yep. Then we drew our holes on our cups to see if they fit. After that, we had to test our holes to see if they fit, like this, which they do. Does anyone's not fit? Check out Wake Me Up Before You. I can't read it all right now. Wake Me Up Before You Go. That's what you want me to check out, Javen? Okay, I'll do that just for you. I'll do that just for you tonight. So look, back to what I was saying. So now we're here, guys. What I really want to do now is I just want to put my phone back in here. This was pretty tough last time. I just want to stick my phone right back in there. Boom. Got my phone in there. We're almost at the finished product. So now what I want to do is I want to play some music. Here we go, guys. Take my phone out a little bit. Just want to play some music for you. Let's take the phone out, unlock my phone, and let's get to the tunes. Let's see if our finished product works. Okay, here we go. You guys like that? Y'all think that's cool? I'm gonna turn it and face you guys. You wanna just jam out for a little bit? You know? So cool, right, April? Go ahead, play your own song on your speaker dot, guys. Have a little 30-second jam out session. You know? This is amazing. So let's try to play with the sound now. Wow, Natalie said, wow. Let's try to play with the sound now, guys. Take your 2 pieces of paper, right? And let's see what happens when we cover our holes. See how it sounds like muffled now? You can't really hear it too much. But see if I take it off. Now you see the difference? If I double it up and only cover one, let's see if the sound changes motions, you know? You see, I can hear it way more on my left side of my body than I can from my right. All right, now let's try to fold it and see if it blocks it even more, because I'm creating a barrier for the sound to have to travel over. So that has to make the sound work harder. Big difference, right? Big difference. What you guys jamming out to? What you jamming out to? Take your 2 pieces of paper, guys. We're not done. And really just see what happens. Now let's see. I'll rip the paper in half. There we go. Now I just want to use this. Cover it up. I want to cover both of them. Now you can barely hear it. It just sounds like a lot of muffling. I got to go to my baseball game. All right, Javen. Have a great game. Go get that dub. For sure. Make your family proud. Guys, I mean, that was probably the best time of my life. Everybody wish Javen a great game while he goes and plays his heart out. Okay, guys, so now, since we finished that, I want to go over the questions again with you guys. What is amplitude? April said, have a great game, Javen. Go crazy. What is amplitude? The activity question just popped up on you guys' screen. What is amplitude? The speaker that lets the sound come out, the maximum extent of a vibration or oscillation measured from the position of equilibrium, or the top of a speaker. I'll give you guys a couple seconds because I have no idea. I need you guys' help a lot. I need you to lead me to victory for us all. You know what we're doing right now? We're training ourselves from the neck up. Okay. We got a couple people swaying off, but look, the correct answer is the maximum extent of vibration or oscillation measured from the position of equilibrium. That is the correct answer, guys. So it's okay. A couple of us got it wrong, but that's all right. We move forward. We keep on going. Let's go. Let's keep training ourselves from the neck up right now. It's us versus the robots. So look, which sound wave on the screen has the highest frequency, A, B, or C? Which one has the highest frequency? This question tripped me up. So if you guys get it right, I feel like the world is in great hands. A, B, or C? And what I mean from A, B, or C is the red frequency wave, the blue frequency wave, or the green frequency wave? Which one do you guys think it is, A, B, or C? Which one has the highest frequency? Which one's going crazy? Oh, okay. Okay, this one tripped us up a little bit, but that's okay. It tripped me up too. So, for everyone that chose A is the wrong answer because it has a very low frequency. It's not doing too much, just a little wave here and there. B has an okay frequency. It's doing enough, but C has the highest because it has the most waves and it's moving the most. So C would be the correct answer, guys. Now, last question. Which sound wave has the lowest frequency? I kind of gave it to you guys in my explanation last time just now. So let me know, A, B, or C, which one has the lowest frequency? Let me know. Let me know. Oh. Okay, that's better results. The lowest frequency is A because it's not, like I said, it's not doing too much. Small waves throughout the whole frequency. And that's why that's the correct answer, guys. Thank you so much for answering those questions for me. I really appreciate it. This has been great, guys. If you guys have any questions, go ahead and put them in the chat. Let me know. I'm willing to answer anything that you need right now. Let me know. I'll give you guys a few seconds to type it out. It can be about anything. Just let me know. Let me know. Any questions you want to ask me. If I don't have the answer, I'll find the answer and get back with you. Last thing I want to do is I want you guys to take some pictures of them beautiful faces. We want to see all of that. We want to see you guys really having fun with your sound wave docs. And this was just an amazing time for me. I hope you guys had a great time. I hope to see you guys again. And just thank you for tuning in with us because this was amazing. And it's really, guys, hold on for a second. You know, it was really a great time. I had fun with you guys. I'm going to miss you guys a lot. That was very fun. Emily, thank you. I hope to see you guys again whenever I get this opportunity. And, you know, thanks so much.
Give it up for Lionel. Yep. Come on. Good. Give it up for Lionel. Thank you, Lionel, for bringing all the energy and the passion and your commitment to the work. You're always good to have around. Remember to send pictures to webinar at STEMNOLA.com. We have a bunch of STEM Saturdays coming up. The month of May will be our Heart and Circulation Month. So at all of these different stations, locations, we'll be doing Heart and Circulation. This coming Saturday, May 1st, sponsored by the Department of Defense, we'll be doing the Shreveport, Louisiana area. North Louisiana, if you're in North Louisiana, make sure you sign up at www.STEM-Grambling, I believe, or STEM Shreveport Facebook page so you can get the information. Then for my friends in Minneapolis, I mean, you all have kind of made it to the other side in terms of the George Floyd case. We're now doing STEM on the north side of Minneapolis with our good friends at Summit Academy OIC. We have over 100 kids registered for STEM Saturday in Minneapolis coming up this Saturday. If you're in the Minneapolis area, make sure you go to Summit Academy and register on their website, a STEM Northside website, so you can know when they're having events in your area. STEM NOLA, which is open to everyone, no matter where you are. Our event is May 8th, and registration is open now. So go to STEMNOLA.com and you can register for our event. We have mailed the kit to where you are. I believe there's a small shipping fee for the kits, but the kits are absolutely free. Yeah, for my people in Baton Rouge, we have a STEM event coming up on May 15th, sponsored by Shell, and it's on buoyancy and density. And you're gonna be making boats. You make your boat, and you race the boat. We're gonna ask you to put some water in a pan or in your bathtub and race the boat. That's our 3rd to 12th grade bill. And this is the K through 2nd bill, and you blow your boat with a straw, and that's how you get your force in motion and learn about buoyancy and density. And for the heart day, our 3rd to 12th grade is gonna make a mechanical heart. We're gonna have one of our students, medical students, dissect a sheep heart for you and let you see all of the components of a heart. And the reason why we use a sheep heart is about the size of a human heart. And then you're gonna build your own mechanical heart and put blue and red blood in the syringes to represent deoxygenated and oxygenated blood. Then you can teach your parents in your community about a healthy heart. Okay? So is that it? Thank you all for tuning in. My hat was just crazy crooked and nobody told me. Javen didn't text it or nothing and put it in the chat. Javen, you gotta let me know when my hat is crooked. So thank you all for tuning in today. I hope you had a great time. Thank you to Rollin and EDR Architecture Firm. Thank you to Lionel Johnson, college intern from Morehouse College. Thank you to the staff. Thank you all for tuning in. Hopefully we'll see you all at a STEM Saturday. Come July, we're going back live with STEM Saturdays in person. For my friends away, we're still going to have a blended operation on our STEM Saturdays. So we're going to beam you in into our live event so that you can participate from your home still. So we're thinking about you and we're going to keep this going. Thank you all for tuning in. I'm Calvin Mackey. Have a nice one.